in the sugar, baby.
The festival was founded in 2009 with the intention of bringing a large-scale dance music event to Chicago. It was in a 4,500 capacity theater with Infected Mushroom and ATB. At the time, all the artists were only playing in nightclubs, besides some of the big guys. So we wanted to bring the production of rock concert to the dance music world here in Chicago.
The theater we would do it in was a little bit more of a raw space, so it kind of harkened back to the old rave days in Chicago. And I think the people in Chicago really respond to that.
So 2 years in a row it sold out at the theater in 2012. That's when we then brought it to Soldier Field as a 2-day festival, and then it expanded into the 3-day festival that it is now.
Everybody loves the venue here. It's a good staff to work with, and being the historical landmark that it is, the kind of Chicago icon, I think people really respond because they see it as us paying tribute to the electronic music history in Chicago, being the home of house. We like to make sure that people hear the artists they want to hear. So we make sure to get the guys that everybody knows, everybody feels comfortable with. But we also try and embrace the up-and-coming DJs, the guys who are on the fringes. We try and embrace the mainstream and the weird. And that's kind of what I feel like Spring Awakening is all about. The Spring Awakening fans are pretty crazy. They come out, they dress up, they really get into it. We get questions 6 months out of people saying, what can I wear, what can I build, what can I bring? Still
to this day, when we put anything up on our socials about what's your best memory at Spring Awakening, or something along those lines, it's always Relics in the Rain. It was pretty intense because the weather was rolling in and we weren't really sure if we were even going to be able to get them on, and obviously the headliner of your festival has to perform. So we had to move a lot of things around very quickly and got them on stage a little bit early.
And it started to rain and we had spotlights going. You could see the rain come down through the spotlights. And it was like 80 degrees early that day, and it was just the right amount of sprinkle where we didn't have to shut down, there was no winds or storms.
The entire stadium, 20,000 people on the field, just exploded.
This is the Floodlight Platinum stage in day 2 of the build. They just started the VIP areas to the left and to the right of it. Those are going to come out a little more and be bigger and better. Having a partner like Floodlight Platinum, they obviously have a reach that we don't. They're going to reach people that would never even know this thing existed. So I think people recognize the soul in rock and roll, they recognize the soul in punk and hip hop, but they don't really recognize the soul in electronic music yet, and it all comes from the same place, It's here to stay, and it's a real art form, and there's a real kind of culture behind it that is really bred on a culture of community.
All of us are super passionate about this festival and what we do here, and we see that coming back through the fans, and so we just want to continue to grow the experience for everybody and grow the festival to be, the best festival in the country.